For our lesson today, we are talking about the hemispheres of the earth and the effect that it has on the seasons that the earth has. So this is our globe. We see the globe is the earth, as you know. The globe spins about its axis. The globe spins about its axis like that. It's divided into two hemispheres, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The line that separates the two hemispheres is the imaginary line of the equator, as we know. So the earth has an axis that it spins about, and as you can see, the axis of the earth is not perpendicular to the floor. It is here, as I'm tilting it up, but as faithfully shown here in the globe, the real axis of the earth is tilted 23.5 degrees away from the perpendicular. And that's very important, as we'll see in our lesson. So my lantern represents the sun. Will my lovely assistant please turn out the lights? Thank you. And now, okay, so bring it a little closer so it's easier to see. So the earth is moving around the sun at a fixed distance. And so the earth is moving here like this, right? Around the earth. So as I said, the axis of the earth is tilted slightly. And so when the axis of the earth is tilted closer to the sun compared to its opposite position, when the axis of the earth is tilted away from the sun, then we have different seasons because of that tilt. So for the northern hemisphere, when the axis of the earth is tilted away from the sun, we experience wintertime. We experience wintertime because the sun's rays are coming into the Earth's atmosphere at less of a direct angle, and they're skipping through the Earth's atmosphere. It's a lot like a stone skipping across a lake. But when the Earth is here, in this position, now the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, and so the rays are penetrating more straight into the Earth's atmosphere, and it's hotter, it's warmer. We experience summertime. And all of that is because of the Earth's axis. So, first question is, does that make sense? I think it does. And then, because of the wisdom then of God, we see two parts of his wisdom here in our experiment today. First, we see the tilt of the axis. So, scientists cannot explain why the Earth's atmosphere, why the Earth itself is tilted 23.5 degrees off of the perpendicular. But we as believing Christians understand that God did that intentionally. He did that so that more of the Earth's surface would be livable for human beings. More of the Earth's surface would be livable for plants. And so we would have a bigger area for things to live and to grow, and he's taking care of the Earth. He's also taking care of the Earth in the placement of the Earth relative to the sun. So if the Earth was much closer to the sun, then we wouldn't have water in a liquid state on the Earth. It would be more like Mars. We wouldn't be a blue planet. We would be a brownish red planet. And so if the Earth was then further away from the sun, then the only way that water would exist on the Earth would be frozen. But so God very specifically put the Earth the right distance from the sun so that we could live on it, so that water would exist in its liquid form so that we would have life as we know it. He tilted the Earth on its axis to give us the seasons, as he mentions early on in Genesis, and so that more of the Earth would be livable for us. Those are the things that I would highlight for the kids.